Most traders don't fail because of lack of information. They fail because they ignore the basics. Risk management isn't sexy, but it's what decide that you're going to stay on the game or blown your account. In this video, I'm not going to share a boring text-based information about the risk management. I'll be going to break down the core elimination of the risk management and how you can use this system to pass your funded account and get your payout while you're protecting the capital. It's going to be professional hedge fund style risk management. If you can stick to these points, I guarantee it's going to change your trading journey and make you a better trader. Let's get started. So let's say you purchase a $100,000 funding account, right? The first thing you should understand is, what is the goal? What is the goal? Because a retail trader think the goal of purchasing a funding account is just making money from it, or just the goal of the trading on once you have the capital, just making money from it. But that's not the real goal. You should have a hedge fund mindset. You should have an institution mindset on it. The goal should be protecting the capital, or in a simple language, don't lose, right? Don't fuck up the account. That's it. Should be your first goal. And after that, yes, the next goal is going to be just make money from it. So you should put the first goal as not losing the capital, right? And just protecting the capital. So that reason the risk management comes to play. So we should have a stable risk management, smart risk management, that you are not going to lose that funded account or protecting your capital. When I say protecting capital, I mean protecting the fund so you don't hit the drawdown, and protecting the profit that you make, okay? So now let's talk about how much risk per trade you should take. That's so important. Risk per trade, that's so important. A lot of people ask, okay, how much should I risk per trade? This is the thing that's completely dependent on the strategy that you're using, right? If your strategy is more like an intraday trade and you just took one trade per day, and basically you have a high win rate, so you're not going to get involved with the scalps. So the best risk here is 1%. But again, this risk comes with the experience, right? So basically, if you're a scalper, you should have, basically you can catch more than one trade per day. You should reduce the risk because of the daily limit, daily drawdown, which we're going to talk about. But if you're an intraday trader, if you just take one trade per day, so you can risk 1%. But again, it's depend on your experience. Basically, what I can say, it's depend on the confidence that you have on the system. So I'm trading with the same strategy. It's about 3 years I'm trading with the same system. So I made a lot of hell of the money with the system. So I'm confident to risk 1% in my high quality setup. And I'm not catching my low quality setup in my funded account, because I believe you should, if you want to make money, the first goal is protecting the capital. If I want to protect the capital, the first thing I should do is basically catching the high quality setup and do not get involved with the low quality setup here. So that reason, I have the confidence I'm going to risk 1%. But again, this is the thing that's come to commodity. But if you're on the same level as me, so, or near to that level, so you're going to risk 1% per trade on the A+ setups. So what is the A+ setup? It's the setups that you have. It's come with the highest win rate, good risk to reward, and you already have confidence on those setup, right? You know, if you take one stop loss in the next trade, you can catch the win. So you have the good confidence on it. So if you want a new video about the, let's say, how to improve the confidence in trading, just let me know in the comments. I'm going to create it for you. So once you understand how much you're going to risk per trade, now here's the most important thing comes to play, which we call this target and limit. So in the prop frame, you're going to see you have two main rules as overall drawdown and a daily drawdown. So let's say most of the prop frames, the daily drawdown is 4%, overall drawdown is 6% in this example. So what does a daily drawdown mean? That means you can lose 4% of the equity or the balance, is depending on the prop frame, of the capital in a day, right? And overall drawdown, it's mean you can lose 6%, or let's say based on the equity or the balances, depending on the prop frame, in the whole journey, right? So one of the big mistakes that a lot of future traders do, they put their daily limits, or I mean the daily drawdown and the overall drawdown based on a prop frame. So they're gonna say, okay, if the prop frame daily drawdown is 4%, so I'm gonna risk 4% in a day, right? But this is not how you're gonna protecting your capital, right? You should set for yourself a daily drawdown and overall drawdown. I mean, I'm not overall drawdown, which I'm gonna tell you instead of overall drawdown, what we're gonna put to protecting the capital is should be far more away than the prop frame daily drawdown or the overall drawdown. So what I'm doing, I'm putting one daily drawdown, which I'm calling a daily limit, and one I'm putting a daily target. And I'm doing the same thing for the weekly, one weekly limit and one weekly target. And I'm doing the same thing for the monthly, right? One monthly limit and one monthly target. So now what I'm doing, I put my daily limit as a 1%. That's me. If I hit, again, this is the thing that based on your strategy. If you're a scalper, you can go more, right? That's depending on the risk. But in my case, I'm putting my daily limit as 1%. That's mean if I hit one stop loss in a day, I'm done for the day. I'm not gonna catch any good trade. I mean, any trade, even if my next trade is gonna be so, I mean, one of the best textbook trade in my set, I'm not gonna catch it. And the next thing I have, it's a daily target, right? Which if I, because my the current system that I'm using, it's don't give me a, let's say, a lock risk reward. The average is 2 risk reward with the 78% win rate. So I'm putting this as a 1 win, right? So that's mean if I catch one good trade that end up take profit, I'm done for the day. I'm not going to trade anymore. I'm just going to secure my profit. I'm going to tell you the logic behind this, what's going to help you to protecting your capital. I'm done for the day. I'm not going to trade anymore. And I'm doing the same thing for the weekly. So for the weekly is, my limit is basically 3%, okay? And the target is 5%. So that's mean if I lost 3% in 1 week, right? I'm done for the week. I'm not going to trade anymore. Now, if I made 5% in 1 week, okay, I'm done for the week. I'm not going to trade anymore. Let's say Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. In these 3 days, I'm at 5%. I'm done, man. In the 100K capital, we're risking 1%. I'm going to make $5,000. Yes, this is the thing with the human nature. Human nature want to trade, want to earn more and more and more. But this doesn't going to impact in trading. It's not going to affect in the trading, right? In the trading, you can't want more and more and more. Yes, let's say if you buy a Lamborghini, you're gonna be happy for 1 week, then you want to buy a Bugatti, right? Or I don't know, any other supercar, right? So this is the same thing with the human nature, but this is not gonna apply in the market. In the market, less is more. So that reason the weekly target and weekly limit is gonna help you to protect the psychology, basically, or the emotion decision you're gonna have. So that's so important. What I want you guys to understand this. I'm gonna tell you again the logic behind this. But if I made 5% in a week, I'm done. I made $5,000, I'm done. Now I'm gonna do the same for the monthly. So in the monthly, if my limit is 5% and my monthly target is 8%. So if I made 8%, maybe in the first of the month, and the first 2 weeks of the month, I'm done for the month. Bro, that's $8,000. 8% in a 100K capital. Okay, I'm done for the month. And if I lost 5%, I'm done for the month. Listen, if I lost 5%, I still have a space to come back in the next months. You know, in the week, if I lost 3%, and if I'm stop, I can give myself a time to recovery, and I still have time. A lot of traders, they don't give a shit. They're gonna say, okay, there is a 6% overall drawdown. I'm just gonna keep going until I come back. But these limits gonna stop you, gonna block you to taking any stupid emotion decision in the market. A simple example. If you lost 1% in a day, so my daily limit says if you lost 1%, you are done for the day. Now, if I stop trading and if I follow my rule, if I stop trading, I'm gonna protect the revenge trade, the first one. I'm gonna protect the FOMO trading, the second one. I will going to protect from over trading. So just with this basic rule, I already covered the 3, let's say, emotion psychology decision in my trading journey. Yes, maybe the next trade is gonna win, but your goal is just following the system that you design. You are not responsible for the outcome, but you are responsible for the progress that you're gonna put in. But make sure if you have an awesome system, a mechanical system, and if you put the focus on progress, okay, and if you implement everything correctly, and the outcome gonna be insane, the outcome gonna be awesome, the outcome gonna be profit. But if you focus on the outcome instead of progress, what's gonna be happen here? You're gonna lose, because you are putting the focus on the thing that you can control. Who can control the outcome of trade? Me? I cannot. You cannot for sure. Who? Prop frame owner? He cannot. He's not moving the market. Institution? Maybe. But are we connected with an institution? No. So that's mean we are in the war with the institution that there is no chance to win. There's a small chance which you can run away with the system. The people think they can fight with the institution. They're gonna say, I'm the man. I'm not gonna give up. But sometimes you should give up on the war. And this giving up, it should be buying a smart decision. If I'm in the street, if I see 5 guys are coming with the knife and gun, they're trying to attack me, and I have nothing, I'm not a Batman to kill them all, right? I'm not a Batman to just survive in that situation. I'm gonna run away. But I'm a smart, okay? I don't care if people call me coward. I'm gonna run away because I know I have 1% survival chance of survival if I want to fight with them. But what I'm doing next time, once I come back, I'm gonna bring a group with myself, let's say a protection. So if I face those guys again with the smart plan that I did, I can just knock them out. See? That's the thing exact about trading. You want to win. You are 1, the institution are 10 with the tools. And you expect to win them? No, man. You should be smart. You should be one away. If you want to be success in the trading, guys, I'm sure to God. If a 95% traders say buy, you sell. If the 90% of the traders, they don't give a shit about the risk management, give a shit about the risk management. Just be opposite from them, because here's the thing. 5% going to be profitable, 95% going to be loser. So that's the thing that really helped me in my trading journey. If you take a look here. So for example, this is my trading journal from 23rd until 29. You see, I have my daily monthly profit, monthly drawdown. And for example, this week I made around basically 1, 2, 3%, 3 trades. One of them was losses, 2 of them was win, and I made 1.3%. So these rules that I have here, these are going to help me to protect. And if you see, every day I'm just catching 1 trade. See, I catch a stop loss in a goal in the 2nd of October, and I stopped trading. I had one opportunity in the GBP I didn't catch it. I stopped trading, right? So that's so important. But putting this rule, I'm going to guarantee you a lot of psychology issues that you have going to get solved. Now, last one is consistency, right? Let's say you purchase a 100K account, you have the system. The first trade was a stop loss. A lot of traders, they try to, once they're on the drawdown, they try to reduce, they try to play with the risk management. But the only thing you need is consistency, right? If you're on a drawdown, don't be a coward. Don't change the risk amount. Because once you change the risk amount, you're gonna fuck up the growth P&L. Let's say if you catch 5 trade, I'm gonna give you a great example. Listen, 1 trade, 2 trade, 3, 4, 5 trade. Okay, the first and you're looking for 2 risk to reward, right? And you're risking 1%. So if the first 3 trade was a stop loss, so you are right now in -3% drawdown, right? So let's say the next 2 trade is a win trade. Right? So once a lot of traders, once they're on the drawdown, they're scared. Their hands start shaking. They reduce the risk from 1 to 0.5, right? And if the next trades come win, so let's say you're gonna win two risk to reward in each trade, right? But if you risk 0.5%, in the total you're just gonna win, let's say 2%. Now here you are still in -1% drawdown. But if you continue with the same risk that you had, you're going to win 4% here, and you are in plus 1% profit. You covered the drawdown, you back to the break even, and you are in the 1% profit. See, sometimes it's about consistency. Sometimes it's about doing the same thing every day in every trade. A lot of traders, they try to change the strategy, they try to change the risk management, they try to change. Bro, it's not about changing. It's about be consistent, show up every day, right? So it's not about your strategy, my friend. It's not about the risk management. It's about consistency at the end of the day, right? So I'm training with the same system. About 3 years, I'm training with the same system every day, same approach, same pairs to trade. And I've been able to make more than 300,000 pounds in 1.5 years, right? So that's the main thing you should understand. That's so important. Consistency is the key. And the last thing is so important. The consistency come after the confidence. So you should, before all of these system, you should have the confidence. Which if I want to talk about the confidence, here's the main thing. The confidence come with believing in the system. Confidence come with learning from your mistake and seeing your small progress. So please open your eyes. If you're watching this YouTube video and let's say the next 2 weeks, if you put this system and you see some result, and back then, before this YouTube video, you didn't see the result. So this is a small progress that you made. And you should open your eyes and start to celebrate this small progress in your mind. Because once you start to celebrate this small progress, you understand that after each drop down in your trading journey, there is an impulse. After every retracement, gonna be an expansion. So these expansion gonna be your win, okay? So 3 ways to work on your confidence. The first one, backtest a lot, trust your experience. The second one is forward test and put the goal as approaching to have a smooth approach. And the third one, start small. Don't start with 100K. Start small, start winning small. Start with 10K, 50K, 25K. Start winning small. And once you start to win small, just go up higher and higher. The first account that I had was 5K. I lost 10 5K account, and after that I pass it, I make $200. I bought a 10K account, I lost it, I bought another 10K. So I started small and small and small and small. Right now I'm in the 6-figure total capital, which I'm funding about $300 I'm funding right now in one frame, that I'm planning to go more and more and more. At the end of the day, trading isn't about just finding the best setup to enter, buy or sell. It's about who manage the risk and make a good decision and keep the psychology on track. That's exactly why in LIC group mentorship, we just don't focus on the chart. We focus on the risk management and correlation of the psychology too. We focus on building discipline, a good mentality, a clear system to pass a funding challenge and make a huge profit payout from it while you're gonna stay in the game. And this is gonna push the traders to level up their game and open a new journey in their trading success. If that's something that you're serious about, check the link in the description. But only if you're serious to change your trading game forever and level up it to the next level. But if not, you just can keep continue and look for other YouTube videos. Either way, if this video helped you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and if you have any question, just message me on Instagram and I'll be going to answer all of the question in my DM. Take care, see you in the next video. Your favorite mentor, Ebo.